Hey everybody, I am checking in with you to see how you're doing with these pre-eclipse energies. These energies to me feel really interesting. 3 days now, I have been on this massive cleaning, decluttering, getting rid of so much stuff kick. And whenever this takes over, usually I understand that what I'm doing is I'm getting rid of what no longer resonates to make space for the new. And the intensity of the past few days with this level of going through stuff is uncommon for me. It might be common for some people, but not me. So this tells me just how much is coming in, how much space I need to create, and whether it's pulling back my energy from things that just no longer match, or if it's creating peace in the home, really decluttering, cleaning stuff up so that it's not a disturbance in the energy field within my home. And as what else has been really interesting is the sleep. And in the afternoons, I'm finding I'm very tired. But in the middle of the night, what's happening is I'm up. And there was one night that my alarm went off at 3:30 in the morning. And I was mad and I blamed my husband, but it turned out to be my alarm. I was like, why is your alarm going off? And it turned out to be mine. And I was like, okay, fine, I'm up. What is it? And what's happening is huge downloads are coming in, and there's greater connection with guides. There's greater understanding. Like there's information coming in that is, it's not actually really that personal to me and my life stream in this point, but it is to understanding what is happening and what has happened in the past. And so it's been almost like history lessons in the middle of the night for the past few days. And it's been really interesting. It's been this, even in the lucid state of dream in between, it's been a constant stream of me asking questions and getting answers. And it's interesting because, I may ask the same question 2 or 3 times. And so the patience that is being shown as I am trying to absorb everything has been really wonderful. Now, the biggest message that they have said as we navigate through this is that the heart space needs to be as open as possible. And so as you're doing things, as you're meditating, really concentrate on the heart, the higher heart, and how it really connects in with that throat chakra, because we're really coming in energetically. Those 3 are merging together beautifully. And look at the place in your life where you can bring in some sort of joy. And however that looks for you, it's important, because that type of energy opens up the heart space. And from that open-hearted position, we can accept more. And one of the things that they were also saying is, this process, these eclipses have been a death and a rebirth. So with the lunar eclipse that we had in March, that's very much death energy, right? What are you letting go of? What is going away? This solar eclipse is coming in with rebirth energy. And what they said, it's really important that we understand this cycle will happen again. I mean, on this path, it just feels like, you die and you're reborn, you die and you're reborn, but there has to be life in between. And so they were saying, talk to people about that. Talk to people about what does that look like in between. What are you doing? What are you creating? How are you laughing? How are you loving? How are you living? And focus on that, because it's very important. It helps the integration of everything that just happened in the death and rebirth process. But in order for the next process, the next, big bursts of energy that come in, really clearing out some of that bottom energy, we have to come from a place of stability, a place of being grounded. And the way to do that is to live. And, it's interesting because I am feeling more and more, and I've talked to others that are feeling the same, to where there is actually this desire to connect in person, to go out, to enjoy, to really start bringing in some of that thriving, of to where, maybe it's cookouts or whatever, to where you're really connecting with people. So if you're feeling all of that same thing, understand that that's coming in to show you where that helps you to integrate all of the changes. Because once, we start being in these higher chakras too much, we can actually disconnect from the importance of life and of being here, when in fact we are here for very special reasons. And so when we interact with life, when we go into a space of joy, when we bring in new learning, new understanding, new people, we are activating these lower chakras, and that is essential, because we're not just going to, be really heady in this process and kind of out in the cosmos airy-fairy. That's not what this is. This is get that energy in, get it all the way down to your toes, be here, live, thrive. So as you're connecting in with these eclipse energies, think about that. What does that look like for you? And what can you do to bring more of that thriving energy into your life? And so for the eclipse, I'd love for you to set an intention. I plan to do a cacao ceremony to where I set my intention for it and spend some time just really in that beautiful state of connecting. So that, one, so that I can get the most out of the eclipse. But two, that state of really being centered and connected helps me from being fried by all the energies. So see if there's something that you can do as well. Maybe it's a salt bath, in the morning before everything starts getting ratcheted up. Maybe it's setting up an altar. Maybe it's taking some special time, getting yourself a cup of coffee or a cup of tea and sitting and really setting your intentions for the day. Little things matter. They matter a lot. So think about that now before the energies get too wonky, and at that point you're fried and you're not going to want to do anything. So I hope that this finds you well, and leave me a comment. Let me know how you're doing. And I appreciate all the shares and the subscribes, and that really does help a lot. So sending you all lots and lots of love. Take care.